like to welcome you all to this congregation ceremony at the University of East Anglia. The purpose of this ceremony is to confer awards on candidates from the schools of history and the School of Philosophy. I now declare this congregation open. As the new Chancellor, it's my great pleasure to welcome you here today. Congregation is always a time for celebration, but this year it's also one of the highlights of our 50th anniversary year. I was a student here in the first years of the university's life. Long ago as this is, I think that some of the experiences of that time might still be familiar today. The puzzle, for instance, of how to fit a year's worth of luggage into a car, in my case a rusty white Mini, has changed little over the years. It seems to be the case that the most fundamental law of particle physics states that the amount of luggage to be taken to or from university will always exceed the atomic space available, even if you sit on the duvet. I think this is known as the standard model. Nevertheless, in the 1960s, most of us would have set off on the trek to Norfolk by road, with a Beatles number playing on a small transistor radio. How we managed to find university plane without sat-nav is anybody's guess, but somehow we got here, and this most precious bit of our lives began. It is remarkable to look back on those first 50 years and to see how true UEA remains to its founding vision, and yet how far it has come. From the beginning, its students defined UEA. This experimental ground. It will enable us to try out our ideas and learn by experience. We are all in it together, and it is for you to see, this is the students, what you can make of it. And the experiment we did, UEA developed the academic study of environmental sciences, bringing together natural and social sciences to create a new discipline. We pioneered the study of creative writing in higher education, and I have been privileged to teach on that program. In this and in the interdisciplinary study of subjects such as international development, we are still blazing the trail for others to follow. Unlike those early days, we now also have powerful external affirmation of our success. We're a top 20 institution in the Guardian and Complete University Guides, and we are in the top 100 worldwide of the prestigious Leiden University scientific rankings. Not bad for an institution just 50 years old. From the very beginning, our students have been encouraged to learn in small groups and seminars. And this nurturing way of teaching has, I believe, played a major part in keeping us consistently at the top of surveys of the student experience. But how you, our graduates, have risen to the challenges we've set and seized the opportunities you've been offered, has done more than anything to lay the foundations of our 50th anniversary celebrations. Ever since that first cohort graduated, our congregations have been a celebration of what you have made of your time with us, your academic achievements, and all that you've contributed to the life and culture of this wonderful university. But congregation is a rite of passage. It's the bridge from an apprentice life to a self-standing life. And as a writer, I just want to offer you 2 words to take with you as you go out into the wider world. The first of these is empathy. Our late lamented colleague, Malcolm Bradbury, observed that the best pathway through troubled times is the imagination. And this is what he was talking about. He was talking about empathy, the ability to imagine what it's like to be somebody else. And empathy begins with listening. I think we learn from listening to everybody, especially to those whose life experience and culture is very different from ours. Most writers are good listeners because they're alert to the world, but the ability to listen is an art that everybody should master. If you don't listen, you will have no interesting questions to ask. My second word is patience. In a crowded, hungry, competitive world, patience seems to have almost no place in today's lives. But I think we all need to understand that many things that are worth doing are going to require a commitment to the long game. When you start to find the long game difficult, remember W.B. Yeats's advice to writers: do not hurry, do not rest. But now I take with you my very best hopes for your futures. In time, some of you may join our list of honorary graduates who this week are all UEA alumni. This underlines how the 113 students of the class of 1963 and the 4,190 students graduating this week, together with the 105,000 in between, will always have in common their membership of the international family of UEA. We look forward to welcoming you back for our 100th anniversary. Make a date now for the 29th of September 2063. Commit to the long game.
Thomas Peter High.
Woo! That's Sarah.
Sarah Louise Hunwick.
Yee! Woo!
Daniela Sophie Helen Hutley. Kyle Kane.
Might as well just...
Eleanor Kumar.
There she is!
Alice Lomas. Joanna Lovesey.
Right, well, we've now concluded the formal business of congregation, but before we close, I would like to propose one more vote of thanks to the staff of the university. Without them, there would be no successes to celebrate today. So let's have a hand for the staff. And finally, I want to wish you well on the journeys that you're about to embark upon. Just remember that no matter how far from UEA your careers now take you, you are always part of the UEA family. So keep in touch. I declare this congregation closed.